We'll take a look at the tail of the tape, and it's going to tell us a few things. As you look at it, you'll see that Gonzalez is actually an inch and a half taller. The weight's exactly the same. You see that Gonzalez is a couple of years older, and Gonzalez will have a 3-inch advantage in reach. Now, Valdez is coming off a win in December where he stopped Corbin Page in the second round of a fight in Las Vegas. And Gonzalez lost to Andy Vences by a 4th-round unanimous decision up in Sacramento, California. So,
okay, guys, I want you to obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, go back and wait for the bell. Good luck.
All right, we're set to go here. We're ready for the scheduled 6-round featherweight division. They're both in over that. They're actually junior lightweights, which would be 130 pounds. These guys' featherweight limit is 126. They both come in at 128. Just to make a point of that. How about a blonde like this from Mexico? We get him, and we get now Canelo Alvarez with the red hair. So we can't judge the dark hair for guys from Mexico anymore, Carlos.
Yeah, that's amazing. Both of these guys are from my home state of Sonora in Mexico. So. This kid of Valdez, just a tremendous talent. So we're going to get to see it here the first time.
In fairness to Carlos Gonzalez, Jose Morales was supposed to be the opponent for Valdez. Gonzalez has one more professional fight than has Valdez. Valdez is 2-0 as a professional with 2 knockouts. Let's see how he lines up with Carlos Gonzalez, the blonde with the blue trunks and blue shoes. Valdez is really, you know, you can just tell that he's a professionally highly trained boxer. He trains with his dad, Oscar Valdez Sr. He has Miguel Diaz in his corner with years and years of experience in that corner as a cut man. And, of course, he's got Clemente Medina and Frank Espinoza Jr., all very experienced people working with him. Well, Valdez goes to the right hand when he lands the first shot. Gonzalez looks like he knows how to fight, too. He goes downstairs, misses with a wild left hook upstairs.
Yeah, he made a very, very professional move there. He turned and tried to step around Valdez and get that left hook in. It didn't work for him, but that's a very good move.
Yeah, well, that's when he had him up against the ropes and spun Valdez into the corner. A very professional move. Comes back upstairs again. He better look out, because when he has a tendency to throw the left hook, he drops his right hand and he'd be wide open for a counter left hook. Digging body shot by Valdez up against the ropes. Again, Valdez to the left of your screen. Wow, with the left hand that time. Gonzalez with his back to you now takes a shot behind the rib. Boy, Valdez's hands, you can see, are noticeably faster, because when he picks up, there's a point behind the elbow. He's able to land it on the rib. There you saw a tap with a jab with a lot of power behind it. Then the right hand behind that, Carlos. This kid's got all the tools.
He does, and the only thing that I would encourage him to do a little more is jab a little more, because he's stepping in with that right hand to the body. Without a jab. I'd like to see him step in with a double jab, and then he's there for the hook on the right hand.
Well, he's got the solid body shots, and he's loaded with confidence with all the amateur background that he's had, and now in his 3rd professional fight, he probably is a little bit anxious right now that he's settled into the pro game and has been out a couple of times, and now he wants to show his power. And you know the way fighters are, they just kind of grit their teeth and say, man, I want to take this guy out. And they have to really settle into it a little bit. Whoa! Caught him with a left hook and wobbled him back. Here's the right hand. Solid shots. Closing seconds of the first round. And Valdez is loading up with a big right hand. He all but went down again. And the bell ends a very good first round for Oscar Valdez.
You're right. I think maybe that'll be a 10-9 round.
That's the way they'll score it. Here we go with round number 2. The Colonel Bob Sherrod along here with former welterweight champ Carlos Palomino, and Christina Poncho will be providing a lot of color as the night goes on here. We're in round 2 in a scheduled 6-round fight between Oscar Valdez, who's in the black trunks with the kind of greenish sort of trim, and Carlos Gonzalez in the blue trunks with the blue shoes and the blonde hair. Valdez, 2-time Olympian out of Nogales in Mexico, Sonora. As a matter of fact, even though Gonzalez lives in Bell, California, he's from Sonora as well. Tough on the inside. Valdez protects to make sure he doesn't get countered with anything from the free swinging Gonzalez. Gonzalez backs off. He puts his head down a lot and takes his eyes off his opponent, and that can be dangerous, Carlos.
Well, yeah, that shows you the inexperience. When the guy puts his head down like that and loses sight of his opponent, it's just inexperience. You know, with the height that he has, it looks to me like he has a long reach. He should be standing up, using that jab, really sticking it stiffly, you know, to try to keep Valdez from coming in.
He makes a huge mistake. There's a nice uppercut. I've been looking at from Valdez, and now he's starting to pour it on. Gonzalez continues to throw punches back, but he's getting the worst of this battle. Over in the far ropes, look at this. There's a clean, real clean right hand. There's a nice uppercut again. And another uppercut. That's the third uppercut in this round that snapped the head of Gonzalez. Gonzalez's face is all puffy and all red right now from the shots off the hands of Valdez. Look at these shots, Carlos. Gets one in, but Valdez is getting the better of it. Digging body shot. So he's going to slide down the ropes, so do what he did in the first round. Grab him and spin him into the ropes himself.
Yeah.
But he's allowing Valdez just to tee off on him. Look at the eyes of Valdez, Carlos. I mean, so clear, so focused, so concentrated. Oh, chopping right hand that time by Gonzalez.
Nice little right hand by Gonzalez. Got to answer something. Here you go.
He's tough, there's no question about it, but he's getting really pummeled with heavy shots. Yeah, the uppercut has found a home.
Yeah, inside that uppercut has just found a home, and Gonzalez just can't seem to get away from him. You gotta put your head on the other. Oh, that body shot hurt.
3 body shots there. One of them was really, really heavy. Gonzalez almost a little shell-shocked in there, but he keeps throwing wide shots of his own. The trouble is that Valdez stays so compact, and he's such a tight boxer that when I say tight, that his hands are tight together, his chin is tucked, and he's very disciplined. Boy, that right uppercut has been sensational in this second round. I was looking for it in the first round. He'd thrown it, I think, about 5, maybe 6 times now in this round. The bell ends the second round. Another good bell. That shaggy haircut doesn't help his vision either in there as it gets wet. Here we go to round number 3 at the Home Depot Center in Carson, California. The Colonel Bob Sheridan with the former welterweight champ Carlos Palomino, and Christina Puncher is joining us throughout the course of the evening for her color. In the ring, we've got young Oscar Valdez, a 22-year-old former 2-time Olympian from Nogales in Mexico, and Carlos Gonzalez, who's from Mexico but lives in Bell, California, in the blue trunks. Gonzalez is behind. He's lost the first 2 rounds. Nobody's been shaken. Nobody's been down. I shouldn't say nobody's been shaken, because Gonzalez was shaken at the end of that first round with some really solid shots, and he recovered pretty good. Now look at this. It looks like Valdez is even turning it up more here. Another notch here in round number 3.
Yeah, I think they sent him out from the corner there. I think they told him, you know, you got to get this guy out of there right now. He was landing everything, and he's just got to be patient, and the right shot will end this fight.
Late great Angelo Dundee, the trainer, used to say to his fighters, you know, I don't want you to get hit anymore. Just go out there and finish this guy off now. Hit and don't get hit was Angelo's teaching technique. You were around him a lot too when you were coming along.
Yeah, absolutely. He was great. He's a great motivator in the corner, and gave great instruction to his fighters.
Oscar Valdez has got his dad in there, so he's getting all the motivation he wants, and about 60 years in boxing experience from Miguel Diaz, who's from Argentina. He's going to be pretty happy about the new Pope being from Argentina. Oscar Valdez comes forward. Oh, he clipped him with a good left hook and a right hand. But look at this guy, Gonzalez, come back. The trouble, again, as you mentioned, is his punches are so wide, and because of that, he get clipped with another left hook. Yeah,
he's kind of slapping with his punches. He's not really turning his body with him. It's all arm, and he's got long arms, so he tries to do work inside. It's difficult for him to really work inside. He should be standing up and jabbing from the outside and throwing that right hand from the outside.
You know, in the professional game, when fighters the way Valdez is fighting this fight, he wants to fight in the inside with this guy. You very rarely see that in a guy in his 3rd professional fight when he's transitioning from an amateur, because in the amateur game where it's touch, 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 you don't see him close in and come in and fight and work on the inside like this guy is. But he's a tough Mexican fighter. The Mexican style is to blast on the inside, and maybe that's in his blood.
Yeah, exactly. You know, in Mexico, the amateurs don't learn the amateur Olympic style of boxing. They learn the pro style, and they do well because the guys who make it to the top are very, very talented.
Now, this kid is one of those who is very, very talented, and the whole staff at the Top Rank Boxing is very, very thrilled to have Oscar Valdez as one of their new young signees. And he's certainly showing the cream is coming to the surface tonight. Left hook, right uppercut again. Boy, this Gonzalez is some kind of tough. He's taking some shots.
That's one of his idols.
Well, of course, there was none better at throwing body shots behind the elbow and borderline shots a lot of the time than Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
And I can see now, you know, that style, it was Julio's style, but coming in, not getting hit while he's walking in, though, you know, movement, upper head movement, and then attacking that body viciously.
That's one thing I don't see from young Oscar Valdez is a lot of upper head movement. He could, and he'll learn that. He needs a little bit more of that. But you know, right now he feels so strong in this fight that he can just do pretty much, at least in his mind, anything he wants. Now, Gonzalez is so tough. You still have to be careful with him. But again, with a nice compact style, with the hands in, the shoulders tucked and rolled. Look at him, the way he's able to load up the right hand on the inside. Didn't quite catch him. The uppercut is there, really there right now. Left hook catches him on the chin.
That hurt him.
But look at the ferociousness with which he's throwing these punches now. Loading up shots. That's it. The referee, Tony Krebs, says that's enough. You've taken too many headshots. It'll be scored as a 4th round technical knockout victory. And, you know, just about to say this guy's not answering the punches right now. And he gave Tony Krebs the opportunity because Gonzalez wasn't going to win this fight. It's a good stoppage by Tony Krebs because this guy was taking a lot of headshots. You know, he's only in his 4th professional fight. He doesn't need to take the headshots because it's clear that Oscar Valdez, certainly the much more classy fighter right here, he won every single round of the fight. So a 4th round TKO victory for Oscar Valdez. 3 rounds, 3 fights, 3 knockouts. Is the end of the fight. Has 1.
That hurt him.
Is 2, 3.
Then he took advantage.
4, 5, big uppercut, 6, 7 at this stage, that's it. 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
10 unanswered punches, that's enough. So good stoppage by the referee, Tony Krebs, as Oscar Valdez came, he saw, he conquered. 3-0, 3 knockouts. Let's make it official. Lupe Contreras is standing by, and let's get the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, a series of unanswered blows obligates referee Tony Krebs to step in and call a halt to the action with an official time of 58 seconds of round number 4. Your winner, by way of knockout, still undefeated, Oscar Valdez.
So officially it comes at 58 seconds of the 4th round. Winner by technical knockout, Oscar Valdez. As Carlos Gonzalez really no match for him throughout the course of this fight.
It's up to you guys.
All right, we're going to attempt to get Carlos in the ring and do an interview with Oscar Valdez. Here's the way the fight started. It was all Valdez from the beginning. Carlos Gonzalez came to fight. You see he gets in the corner here, and Valdez just loading up shots. Later on, he finds that uppercut, blasts him with the right hand. Round number 2 is when the uppercuts begin to take their toll. There's a couple of them there, and there's a couple more coming up a little bit later on. But he finds a home for the uppercut, and Gonzalez doesn't seem to know how to get off the ropes. Another big uppercut there and another uppercut. And Gonzalez now is beginning to take a lot of punishment. Solid, hard right hand as we go to round number 3. And just continues on with Oscar Valdez looking for his 3rd professional win. Comes forward, clips him with 2 hard left hands, and then the 3rd glancing blow. And then in round number 4, look at this. Coming up towards the end of the round, there's 1 big shot that starts it all. There's 3, 4. That one glanced, but 4 and 5 there, then 6, then 7, then 8. And the referee, Tony Krebs, steps in and says, no, I'm not going to let you take any more headshots. So very, very difficult fight for Gonzalez, and Oscar Valdez, as I said, came, he saw, he conquered. Well, Carlos Palomino is standing by, and we're just about ready to go into the ring and hear his interview with Oscar Valdez. All right, here's Carlos. Go ahead. Take it, Carlos.
All right, we're here with Oscar Valdez. Great win. Did you see something that you could take advantage of right away?
Going in the ring, we didn't know who our rival was going to be. We didn't know what strategy was going to get, so I was a little nervous at first what kind of style it was. But I just did what my coaches told me to do, just pop the jab, and everything went on its own.
So we heard that you admire Julio Cesar Sr. What from his style do you feel like you're taking control of?
I don't know. I mean, Chavez is my idol. I don't want to say I have something like him, but I've always tried to do what he does with like a body shot. He has a perfect left-hand body shot, so every once in a while I try to throw it like him, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, it looked good to us, so continue the success, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Back to the Colonel.
All right, so a few words from Oscar Valdez. And here is the end of the fight again. This is the one that got it started as he falls back, and then there's a whole slew of unanswered punches here. Nice to get a couple of comments from the youngster Oscar Valdez. He's just dominating here with these hard shots, and at this stage Tony Krebs has seen just about all he wants to see of this guy getting pummeled, and he decides to stop the fight, and rightly so, because Gonzalez, who as I mentioned was a late fill-in, and you heard Oscar Valdez said he didn't